Morning everyone, Boker Tov, Chodesh Tov. So we're continuing the halachot of brit mila, and we mentioned that ubayom hashemini yimul b'sar ulato, on the 8th day, that's when the brit mila is, and it's on the 8th day no matter what, no matter if it's Shabbat, no matter if it's Yom Kippur, but there are some exceptions. One of those exceptions is, we said if a kid was sick and it passed the 8th day, then it's not the 8th day anymore. We don't do it on Shabbat, we don't do it on holidays. But even a child that's born on the 8th day, sometimes, let's say the kid is born through a C-section. So he's born through a C-section on Shabbat, so the brit milah is not going to be on Shabbat a week later, it's going to be on the Sunday. And the question is, why? What's the difference there? So the Gemara learns out that the Pasuk Vayom Hashemini Yimul B'sar Ulato is talking in Parashat Tazria, where the Pasuk there says, Veyaleda Zachar, she gives birth to a baby boy, and then on the 8th day he has brit milah. So it has to do with giving birth. And a C-section is technically not considered a birth. It has to be the 8th day. We already learned that from Avraham and Yitzchak. The pasuk later that says, Ubayom Hashemini Yimul B'sar Ulato, on the 8th day, no matter when that 8th day is, connects to Leda, connects to giving birth. And there's also the laws of Tum'ah and Tahara there that connect to actual giving birth. And the C-section technically is not considered giving birth, and therefore, if a baby is born through C-section on Shabbat, his brit milah will be the following Sunday, day 9, and not on the Shabbat. Now, some children need to be helped during birth through, let's say, a vacuum, or there's different types of tongs, or different types of expanding the womb. So all that is okay as long as it's coming through the womb, and therefore, if it happened on Shabbat, the brit milah will be on Shabbat the week later. Even a child, if he's born through IVF or different fertility methods, he is a regular child, and if he's born on Shabbat, then the brit milah is on Shabbat. Interesting halacha. Let's say it's the second day of Yom Tov. Let's say second day of Yom Tov, or the last day of Yom Tov here in Chutz La'aretz, where in Israel it's not considered Yom Tov. And there's a brit milah on that day. So a mohel, that, let's say from Toronto, you're in Toronto, it's the last day of Pesach, and so that mohel, so he's allowed to do the brit milah. But let's say you have in town a mohel from Israel, and for him technically it's not the chag, it's not a holiday anymore, because he lives in Israel, he just happened to be here for this Pesach. So ideally you should give him to do the brit milah, if of course he's a real experienced mohel, because technically he's not violating. Instead of having someone to be mechalel, even though it's allowed to be mechalel, even so, it's better to have someone who's not mechalel than to have someone who is. Very interesting thing. Or if, let's say, we go to Chutz, we go to Israel, and it's second day for us of Yom Tov, and let's say this person, the family wants to use a Chutz La'aretz mohel, they shouldn't. They should use an Eretz Yisrael mohel. But for them, it's not considered Shabbat, or not considered Yom Tov. It's an interesting halacha. So that's that for today. Mincha at 7:15. Have a good day, everyone, and Chodesh Tov. Tana